Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I made this lovely Alice in Wonderland album. Keep watching if you want to know more about it. Okay, first things, Lindsay, if you're watching, stop it, because this is your 40th birthday present from me, because I'm crazy like that. Okay, love you, bye. Right, everybody else, I don't think she actually watches me on YouTube, but just in case. I know she's on my Instagram, so I won't post it on there until maybe after her birthday or something. Anyway, I have just spent the last week making this album. It's my first mini album I've ever made, and you can probably tell by my voice and the way that I'm talking that it wasn't the most fun experience. Everything went wrong and it was kind of stressful, but I was determined to finish it because my sister-in-law is having a Alice in Wonderland themed birthday party for her 40th, and I just thought this would be a really cool way to put all of her photos and memories from her birthday party together into a photo album. And so that's why I put myself through this. Okay, so before I start, I just want to say thank you to Laura, who is Mrs. Stationery and Stuff, because she gifted me the Alice in Wonderland papers, and without her doing that I couldn't have made this album. So thank you very much, Laura. And I also wanted to say thank you to FEN Cards. She did a tutorial on how to make a mini album, and I didn't follow it exactly, but it gave me the idea of roughly how to put it together, and then it was enough for me to try and work out my own measurements and stuff. So if anybody wants to learn how to make a mini album from somebody who actually knows what they're doing, I will leave the link to the video below so you could go and have a look. Right, I'm really sorry if I'm talking really fast and my desk is a mess, because I am flying by the seat of my pants today. I have to get out of the house. I was supposed to be leaving like 10 minutes ago and I still haven't filmed this video, and I've got no time to clean up my desk and it's covered in glue peelies. Yay. Anyway, stop baffling Emma. Right, album, front cover, Alice in Wonderland, very pretty, put some glitter on it. This spine, I have added the tulip puffy paint. It's actually fabric paint, I'll show it to you. Yeah, it's the metallic fabric paint, but it dries puffy and I really like it on craft projects. I use it a lot. Yeah, I really like it. So that's what I did the binding with, and I was going for the look of an old book. Like if you had this on your bookshelf, it would look like an old book. If I'd had more time, I probably would have designed a book cover that actually made it look like the spine, but I was so running out of time. My mum-in-law has to pack it in her suitcase to take with her because my sister-in-law lives in California, so I have been rushing like crazy. And then on the back, I just got this, I don't know where I got it from actually. I think it was a cut apart sheet from some random paper pack, and I just fussy cut out this plate, and I'm going to write a little note saying happy birthday and what this album is, because she's probably never seen a mini album before in her life. Okay, so opening it up, I have used the same binding technique as FEN Cards with the the zigzaggy thing. Yeah, watch her video. I don't have words today. I made all of these fold outs just from my own brain. It was quite difficult to work out all the measurements because, as I said, this is the first time I've ever made anything, but I'm thinking that if I do this again I might make templates so it's easier to reproduce and I don't have to think as much, and that might make the process feel a little less painful. But this is like a gatefold insert, and everything's secured with magnets. I'm not going to recommend the magnets I bought because they were too big, and yeah, I had so much problems trying to get them to glue down and working out which way around they went and all sorts. They were too strong, so I couldn't just do what Evian Cards does and put the magnet down, the glue dot on the top, and then close it, and then it's automatically attached to that because it was too strong and it was staying stuck there. So then I was like guessing, and it was just a nightmare. So I'm not going to recommend using the ones that I used, but I've done it now, and it's closed by magnets, just so you know. So I thought my sister-in-law could put some photos in there and write some notes on the side, and it's really just like a intro, like she falls down the rabbit hole on the tree, so I thought that was a good place to start the story. Then these pages are actually pockets as well, so I've just decorated some journaling cards. I have so many journaling cards that this was a really good excuse to use some of them. They're not perfect sized, but I'm running out of time, and I had to choose just to leave it. Otherwise I'd try and make my own that fit a bit better. Then this one, this is a 6x6 album, by the way. I don't know if I said that. Anyway, so this one is a fold out, and this I did use the tutorial from Evian Cards to work it out. I glittered all of the papers and the roses. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but the centres of the roses are glittered, and then the blue bits there are glittered. And then these are plain. And again, I just thought that was a good spot for her to put lots of photos. Wait, it goes that way. Then this one is kind of a gatefold, but it's like an L-shaped gatefold, and it's actually the wrong way around. It's meant to be like that. And I just thought it was a bit different. And then I made a pocket. And then I wanted to use this card with this sentiment that the colour on the outside didn't go, so I just fussy cut out this bit and made my own frame, which I just randomly cut out like a flower. I don't know, I thought it was quirky. There's also, in the paper pack, there's more like frames and stuff, so even though it's not the same colour, I thought it kind of went with the theme. And then in here I have decorated the top with the flags. Kind of regret doing that, but I did it, so it's there. This is also a tuck spot if she wanted to tuck something behind it, like a little what they called Instax photo or something. And then this is a pocket, and I've just made all of these. This was from Project Life card set. It's the black and white one. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, I didn't alter it that much, apart from I painted the heart and added a sticker and my doodling. This was another Project Life card. I think this is from the Cute one. I think it's called something Cute Pack. I don't know. And then I put some of the papers on the back because the back didn't go with the rest of the album. It was like a tealy blue colour, and I don't have that colour anywhere else. This one was a random cut apart sheet, and it had a saying on the back that the colours weren't right, so I just added a sticker and a border to make it match my project. This was a cut apart sheet in the Alice collection, and I used the Alice in Wonderland collection from Simple Stories, and then on the back I left it black. I thought she could add a photo. So some of these are photo spots, and some of them are going to be journaling spots. Another cut apart, and that one I mounted in pink just to be a bit different. This one has got the sunflowers on the back, and then I added the sticker Time for Teacups on that. I thought she could add a photo to it. And then I used this cut apart mounted in pink, and this was the frame that was the, I don't know, positive of that. I don't know. I fussy cut it with my craft knife, and then I edged it with my black pen just to tidy it up, and then you can actually slide a photo in there if you wanted. And then I wrote the instructions in there because I thought otherwise she's never going to have a clue what to do with it. But yeah, that didn't fit on that side, it was just too big, so, and I thought it was too much of this colour, so yeah, right, let's put that in there. So this pocket is absolutely jam-packed and she can have fun. And then this is a journaling spot. Another tip that I wanted to share is I kept forgetting to stick down my magnets, so I had to come up with really creative ways of hiding them on the page. Or they were, because they were so big, they would make bumps in a really odd place on the page that I couldn't sort of disguise. So I actually used stickers to put on top of the magnets. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, probably not. But yeah, so the magnet's actually under this butterfly sticker. And that's how I got round that problem. And then I've just decorated it with some stickers and some doodly stitch borders and all sorts. And then the faux zigzag stitching there. And I've got this, which I thought she could put the photo there and the black could be the frame. And then I just thought this would be nice to put notes about the photo, and then I added a sticker and did some doodly bordering. This is so not my style, so I actually found it really difficult. Then I wanted to, so I was thinking that's the tea party part of the story, and I added the white rabbit and stuff into there, who wasn't white in here, he was grey, which was a bit odd. But yeah, anyway, I just was thinking the rabbit, and then I wanted a transition from tea time into the Mad Hatter, and I had all this blue themed things to use, and there wasn't a lot of blue in the kit, so I added in some cardstock and wanted to transition in the colours. I hid the pink because it doesn't go with the next page too well, but it did go with this page, but you can't see it when, you can't see the green when the pink and blue pages open. I hope that makes sense. So on this side I just have this that I fussy cut out, and it's another tuck spot, so actually I should probably put a card in there or something so she knows that's what it is. I'll do that later. So I'll add a little card in there in a bit. And then I made this little flippy thing. Goes up like that. I thought she could make some notes in there. And then you are magical, and I thought she could write some notes on there. Maybe I'll add a little photo. I just added some gems to that one. And I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but I've used my shimmer pen. No, it's not showing up at all, but all of this is shimmered, and the butterflies are shimmered with my Crafter's Companion shimmer pen. So yeah. And then the magnets are here and here. Oh, and on here, they're there and there. Okay. Oops, wrong way around. So I'm hoping this makes sense and it's not too fast, but as I say, I'm kind of rushing today. Then I wanted to do a Mad Hatter page, but there was no Mad Hatter images at all, apart from the hat in the kit. And I don't know if it's because I got it off Laura and she'd already used it, but looking at the paper pack, the designs on the front, I think that there wasn't anything. There was also nothing of the actual White Rabbit, and there was nothing to do with the Cheshire Cat or the caterpillar. So I went online and I found out that the Alice in Wonderland images from the original book, the artwork, is now copyright free. I'll get into a copyright on another video, but anyway, because it was copyright free, I felt okay downloading the images and colouring them in and using them, so that's what I did. So I've got the hatter, which I coloured in with my pro markers, and then I wanted to use up this card, and it went with this blue, so that was my transition. And then I backed it in the green and the black so that it transitions across the page. And then I just put a scrap of blue at the bottom here. And then inside there is another hatter picture of him at the tea party, which I thought went with this side of the page. And yeah, I just thought it was cute. I coloured it in, did a doodly border. This was actually meant to be a pocket, but I completely forgot when I stuck it down, and so now it's just a flat piece, which is a little bit annoying, but I wasn't going to redo it. I didn't have another one. This is another sort of L gatefold, but the opposite direction, and I thought it made it just a bit more interesting that it was kind of higgledy-piggledy, if that's even a thing, but yeah, I liked it. Bearing in mind it's Alice in Wonderland and it's all a bit quirky, I thought that was quite fun. Here's another example of where I forgot to stick my magnet down, so I used a sticker, and you can see it a little bit better there actually, the magnet underneath. And then this is also a flip out, so I've got the white rabbit, which I found online, and then I thought she could add a photo there, and then there is the hat and the clock and the cards there that says drink me and eat me, and then you can open it out, and then there's a Cheshire cat and just the teacups, and this is a pocket so she could tuck a mini photo in there. I was actually thinking I've got a photo printer, so I was going to print a couple of photos of us two and just hide them in the album every now and then, just so that she has some of us together, because I miss my sissy. Okay, then there is another, did I do that pocket? Yeah, I did. Then there's another tuck pocket, and I added in the Alice in Wonderland cut apart. Again, I thought that would be good for a normal size photo. And then there is this one, and I'm just going to tuck those back in there. Oh, maybe the right way around. So, yeah. It's all fun. And then the next one is another flip out. Again, I just wanted loads of room for her to put photos, so she can have photos on the front and the back. And this is a 4-fold one, so it folds open and then out, like so. And then on the inside is another one of those images. I'm really sorry I can't lay it flat now because, oh actually I might be able to. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Yeah, I can't lay it completely flat because the album kind of is heavy on one side now. Anyway, this was another one of the images that I found, and I coloured that in and made it a tuck spot for all of these other little things. There's another little image which I thought was cute. I just had some scraps of paper that I wanted to use up, and I thought she could add more photos, and then some more scraps with the little bunny and another photo spot. And because she's not a crafter, I tried to like leave reminders to her about what she should do with things, or just suggestions, if you know what I mean. I have no idea she'll actually use this. I just hope she enjoys looking at it, if nothing else. And then I also use my Wink Costello on all the frames to make them look more gold, and I added little glittery things. And then the last page is this one. I did make a mistake. I didn't manage to get the page all the way down, so you can see a little bit of the tape. If I had more time, I would probably try and fix that somehow, but as I said, I'm completely run out of time, so it's just something I'm going to remember for next time. If that happens to you, I thought that you could add like a little bit of pretty lace or something, like this, but I'd have to test it first and see if it got in the way of the opening mechanism. That was just one idea I had. And then this one is another gatefold, and I just fussy cut out all the frames and added it onto this paper. I wanted to bring this side over to here, but bringing in the red in the background. Yeah, anyway, so more Wink Costello and glitter. On this one, the magnet is hidden under this sticker because I completely forgot about it. It's not staying down the best, but it's there. And then I wanted to use this sentiment that was on the cut apart sheet, and it was like one long strip for a 12 by 12 paper. So I cut it apart and put bring your own sparkle wherever you go, and added some gems and some more of the frames. And then I added these gems here and here just to kind of like ground it. And then this is a little belly band at the bottom, and there's the banner. I just wanted to use those stickers. Then I made this little card, which is another one of the printed images. This one actually came with a Cheshire Cat on the top, but I cut them apart just because in my head it made more sense for me. And then there's a wood embellishment camera that I got from Holiday Craft that I coloured in my pro markers to make it the hearts to match the Queen of Hearts. It's kind of a thing in my head. And then I thought she could add a photo on the back of that. Then I got this tiny little one which I just thought she could journal on. I was literally just using my scraps up. Another one from that same pack of Project Life cards. This one is birthday related, which I thought was fun to add in, even though it's not Alice in Wonderland, it is related to her birthday. And then this one, if you can dream it, you can do it. And then I added some stickers that say memories and the little butterfly. So that's that one. And then there's some more frames on the inside here, and a bit more of that paper. And then inside this one is a little tag. This was just in my stash, and I just thought put in the 40th birthday bash in there. Yeah, Linz, you are 40. Oh, I mean, it's funny. And then I found this one in my stash, and I was like, oh, I have to put that at the back of the book. And then got some more tuck spots that I've made. This one says, fill your heart with what's important. And then this one was plain, and I thought, oh, I can make that paint the roses red. So that's what I did for that one. And then this had a day of the week on it, so I just covered it up with some scraps of paper because it didn't really go with my idea. So that's the back, and then let's go back to here. So I wanted to add in the caterpillar, so I added him there, coloured him in, cut him out. And this one was also another one of the strips on the 12 by 12 paper, but I cut it apart so it fit nicely there. It says, all dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them, Walt Disney. I didn't think it was particularly Alice in Wonderland, but I liked it and it filled up that spot for me. I was running out of blue things by this point, and I did my little doodly sketchy border, and I did it all wonky because I couldn't get them to fit on straight, and I actually like the way it turned out, so I was kind of glad that happened. And the magnet on this one is here. Unfortunately there's a little spot where it's been rubbing against the ink on here. I have erased it and most of it came off, but there's still a bit left, so another thing that I'm learning. I fussy cut out a butterfly, another cut apart, and a bit of the border strip from the sticker sheet. And this is an L again. I basically put this part on to cover up the pocket when it's open because it didn't look right. I don't know, for me that felt more grounded. And then I've got a little bit in here about memories and what they are, and then some fussy cut butterflies and a journaling spot. Then I had this piece of stripy paper which I really loved and wanted to use, but it looked really odd having the same paper as the pocket and the top. I didn't think it was obvious it was a pocket, so I decided to fussy cut out this which was one of the strips on the 12 by 12 cut apart sheets with all the borders on. And then these little flowery bits were quite delicate, so I just used a piece of acetate behind it to kind of support the delicate parts of this cut part, and I made myself a little pocket. And again, I thought she could just put in her own photos and then those journaling spots, so a reference to her 40th birthday, so she can write notes on there if she wants. Then I had some more of these and I coloured in the 1 and the million to kind of replicate what's on the other cards. And then I added the Hatter. I wanted to bring in the red and the yellow on the front of the card, so that was my idea for that. Another one, and then just one more. And these ones are blank on the back. I felt by now she probably got the fact that it was a photo album and she was supposed to stick stuff on, so I didn't do that on all of them. But yeah, so that's my whole mini album. Took me forever. Don't know if I'm going to make another one. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm glad it's made, and yeah, all I got to do now is write her a little note. Yeah. So thank you so much for listening to me and watching this video. I've really appreciated it, and if you've got any questions, let me know. I'll try and answer them, but as I say, I'm definitely not an expert, so check out Effie and Cards. And there's also some other ladies like Genevieve Designs and Treasure Books who make lovely junk journals and mini albums, so you can check out them for inspiration too. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye! 50 awesome points to everybody who got this far in the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can find out when I release new videos. And there are a couple of videos here for your delectation if you so desire.